You know, I think they're not up yet.
Just think what time that steamer came in last night. And afterwards, the things that young lady wanted unpacked, put away, and all before she'd even talk of going off to bed.
Well, let's just let them have a good rest. And some good fresh air for them when they come down. Oh, dear Berta. It's not easy to see you go.
Oh, Miss Juliana, what can I say? Looking after you and Master George, it's been so long. I mean, what I'm afraid of is I won't be up to the young lady. All her requirements, everything has to be exactly so.
Heavens, she'd be bound to. General Gabler's daughter. Think what she must have been used to when he was still alive. Do you remember the time we saw them riding along the road together? She in that long black cloth skirt and the feather in her hat.
Oh, I remember all right. But it never struck me then that she and Master George would end up together, married.
Oh, Berta, do try to remember not to keep calling him Master George. He's Dr. Tesman now.
I know. The young lady, Madam, told me that last night, too. Soon as she stepped in the door. I can't get used to it. Oh, he's the clever one, all right. But I can't say I ever thought of him as looking after people's insides and things.
Berta, he's not been made that sort of doctor at all. Besides, you'll probably find yourself having to call him something much more grand and impressive later on. Berta, why have you taken all the covers off the chairs?
Oh, Madam told me to. She can't stand that sort of thing. That's what she said.
But they're not going to use this room for every day, are they?
That's what she said. Oh, he didn't say anything, of course. Dr. Tesman.
Oh. Auntie Lula, dear Auntie Lula, you come all the way here. This time of the day. Berta, put that in the attic for me, will you? Oh. Well, come on, let's have your hat off then. Let me undo this ribbon.
Goodness. This is really just like old times, when we were all still together.
I say, what a really smart, elegant hat old Auntie's gone and got herself, eh?
It's for Hedda.
For Hedda?
Well, I can't have her feeling ashamed of me when we're out walking together in the street.
Always one jump ahead, eh, Auntie? Well, come along now. We can have a bit of a chat and a gossip before Hedda comes down.
Oh, Georgie. Oh, it's almost unbelievable seeing you again, right here in front of me. If only your poor father could see you now as you are.
Oh, what do you think it's like for me then, seeing you, eh? Oh, Auntie, you've been everything to me. You know.
I think I do now. You still like your old aunties, both of them.
Auntie Rena's no improvement then?
I don't think we can expect any now. The years don't change. She'll just go on lying there. I keep hoping she'll stay with us a bit longer. I don't quite know what I'm going to do without her, you see, Georgie. Especially now when I don't have you anymore.
No, there now.
Oh, then when I think of it, you, a married man, and going off with Hedda Gabler of all people, the beautiful Hedda Gabler. Just think of all those others that were after her.
Yes, I should think there are quite a few people in these parts who wouldn't mind being in my place, eh?
And you and your great long honeymoon.
Well, it was a bit of a working holiday for me as well. You know, you should have seen the archives, let alone the books I managed to get through.
But the trip itself, Georgie, must have set you back a great deal of money.
Yes. Yes, it did that. I couldn't have managed without my research grant. Still, Hedda had to have a proper honeymoon. She likes things done with style or not bother.
Oh, I can see that. Oh, trips abroad are obviously all the rage these days. Tell me now, have you managed to have a good look at everything in the house?
Oh, it's splendid. Absolutely splendid. It's so big. You know, we have 2 empty rooms. I can't think what we'll ever do with them.
Oh, my dear Georgie, I think you'll find a use for them before very long.
Yes, you're probably right there, Auntie, the way my book collection keeps piling up, eh?
Oh, exactly, my dear. It was your books I was thinking of.
But it's Hedda I'm really happy about as far as this house is concerned. You know, she always used to say to me, even before we were engaged, that she couldn't bear the thought of living anywhere else. It had to be the Prime Minister's house or nothing.
And it actually coming onto the market just after you left.
Oh, everything seemed to be on our side suddenly.
That's such a lot of money, Georgie, you'll have to pay out.
Well, we were fortunate to have Judge Brack do it for us on such favorable terms.
But it's been hard for you. You've had neither father nor mother to turn to. But that's in the past, Georgie. You're on your way.
Yes. Everything does seem to have somehow worked itself out.
Yes, and you remember all those that were against you in the past and trying to put you down all the time. Well, they know where they are now. And the worst of the lot, you know who I mean. Well, he's got his comeuppance.
Aylett Lovborg, what on earth happened to him?
Oh, he's supposed to have had some new book published.
What? A new book? Aylett Lovborg? Oh, what sort of book? I mean, when? Lately?
Oh, I believe so. Lord knows if there's anything special about that. Oh, but when your new book comes out, Georgie, oh, now that really will be something. What's it all going to be about?
Well, it's going to be about, deal with, domestic handicrafts as an industry in medieval Brabant.
Oh, when I think of it, what a mind you've got there, writing about such things.
Oh, there's a long way to go through with it yet. I've got all these notes, not just notes, volumes of stuff. It's all got to be arranged and put together.
Oh, but you're a great one for that. Arranging everything, putting everything together. You're not your poor father's son for nothing.
Well, I can't wait to get down to it properly now, especially now that I've got everything my own home, eh?
Oh, and most important of all, the person you wanted most in the world. Oh, Georgie. Oh. Good morning, Hedda, my dear. Oh, a very good morning to you, my dear.
My dear Miss Tesman, good morning to you. We've scarcely arrived, and here you are already.
Well, did the bride herself have a good night's sleep?
Yes, thank you. Well enough. The maids left the French windows open. You can't see for being blinded for sunshine.
I'll close them.
No, please don't. Tesman, dear, would you?
Yes, dear, yes.
It's quite impossible to take anything in.
Here we are. Now you've got shade and fresh air as well.
It needs a bit of fresh air in here, all these flowers all over the place. These weren't here when we got in last night. We'll come back again later in the day, Mrs. Elvsted.
Mrs. Elvsted?
Miss Riesing, George, you remember?
The one with the irritating hair she used to toss in everyone's face. One of your old flames, was she not, Tesman?
That didn't last.
Oh, and that was ages before Georgie ever met you, Hedda, my dear.
It's odd she should come here. I hardly knew her.
No, she went to work up north. About 5 years ago it was, I think. Married a magistrate.
I say, Auntie, you remember everything. Isn't she amazing, Hedda?
Doesn't he live somewhere up in those parts, too? Aylett Lovborg, I mean.
And let's hope he stays there.
You're not going, Auntie?
Oh, well, now that I've seen that everything's all right for the two of you, I must. Poor Rena will be lying there wondering what's happened to me.